This is Actar's Reviews, from anime to figures and beyond. Have you guys ever been to an anime convention? If you have, what do you go to conventions for and what's your favorite aspect of it? Personally, for me, it's all about the artist-fan interaction, be it through meet and greet sessions or autograph sessions. Writers, directors, singers, or voice actors, I jump at the chance to interact with them. Why is this? Well, that's because it's an opportunity for me to tell them how much I appreciate their work, to let them know how far their influence has extended to, and to let them know that they have made a difference in someone's life. You can purchase as much of their merchandise as you want, but nothing comes close to saying thank you in person. But that's not all. Not only do I give them validation, whether they need it or not, they also give me validation by thanking me for enjoying their work. Yes, it might be blatantly phatic and completely contrived, but this is one of the only times where I can get thanked for being a fan. Honestly, I can't think of anyone else who has thanked me for being a fan. Not my parents, relatives, friends, teachers, nor acquaintances. Here, you can get appreciated for your passion and dedication to your hobby, something that society regards as completely superfluous. And by extension, autographs are, to me, my favorite takeaways from conventions. It's a physical, personal reminder of the interaction and therefore has sentimental value. That's also why I absolutely refuse to purchase autographs online. Not only can one not be 100% sure of its authenticity, it also has zero sentimental value as I did not receive it in person. It's meaningless. Some say that personalization devalues the autograph. Well, to me, it adds value and I would never consider selling them. Well, at least not unless I were desperate. That being said, I thought I'd go through my very humble collection of autographs received over almost a decade of being an anime fan. I hope you enjoy it, and perhaps this video will inspire you to check out some of these artists' work and to start out an autograph collection of your very own. This is going to be a rather long video, so I'll be putting the entire list of names in the description along with timestamps. Starting off with my scrapbook, first up we have Mayan, singer of the opening themes of Axel World, Batum, Macross Frontier and more. Speaking of Macross Frontier, I guess she's most well known for being the singing voice of Cheryl Gnome. Next up is Mizuki Ichiro, extremely famous for his many Kamen Rider and Super Robot songs including Mazinger Z, Shin Getter Robo vs Neo Getter Robo, and Combattler V. Extremely charismatic with a very powerful command of the stage. Following that is Morimoto Koji, one of Japan's premier anime directors and founder of Studio 4C. He worked on many landmark titles and classics like Akira, Robot Carnival, Mind Game, and even the Beyonded segment of the Animatrix. This little sketch he so kindly did for me is of an original character called Space Shoujo. She starred in a short movie that he made, which I'll link to in the description. She's even his current Twitter avatar. From one of his tweets, he explains that the space in Space Shoujo is in reference to the fact that she creates her own space within the floaty that she carries around. Okawara Kunio might be a familiar name to many of you. Yes, he is one of the most famous mechanical designers in the animation industry. As you might have gathered from the amazing sketch, he is not only the man behind pretty much all of the Gundam series, he is also the genius behind the Brave series robots like one of my personal favorites, Gaogaiga, truly worthy of the title of Brave himself. Another big name in the animation industry is Ishikawa Mitsuhisa, co-founder and current president and CEO of Production IG. The studio has been involved in numerous works including Blood the Last Vampire, The End of Evangelion, Eden of the East, Pet Labor, Guilty Crown, Psycho Pass, and of course, as evidenced from the sketch of the Laughing Man logo, Ghost in the Shell. Ishikawa Mitsuhisa himself was the producer of the first two Ghost in the Shell films. Founder and president of Bushiroad is Kidani Takaaki. Bushiroad is of course famous for their numerous card games like Vice Schwartz, Chaos, and Vanguard. They also produced and own the franchise Tante Opera Milky Holmes. Aki Takanori is in fact the founder and CEO of Good Smile Company, the very same company that produces the amazing figures that we all collect, be it scaled statues to Figmas and Nandroids. While I'm not that big of a fan of the store exclusive accessories, you have to admit, the quality of the figures is top notch. Back to character designers with none other than Mikimoto Haruhiko. As a huge Macross fan, it was an honor meeting him in person. For those of you who don't know, he is credited as one of the best character designers of all time, being responsible for creating some of the most beloved characters in all of anime, including Minmei, Milane, and Noriko from Macross, Macross 7, and Gunbuster respectively. These next couple of pages feature musical sensations. First up is Angela, comprised of Atsuko and Katsu, whose songs you can hear being sung at the opening and endings of anime like Shikabane Hime, Asura Crying, Kei, Sidonia no Kishi, Copperion, and Setokai Yakuin Domo. Seriously, who doesn't love Aoi Haru? I'm still practicing to keep up with the song. Nanjo Yoshino and Yaginuma Satoshi are the duo that form Fripside, another band whose songs you might have heard as well. While they have created songs for Koihime Muso and Owari no Seraph, these songs that they are most famously known for are Oni My Railgun and Sister's Noise, the opening themes for To Aru Kagaku no Railgun. I'm not sure how many of you know this, but Nanjo Yoshino, in addition to being the vocalist of Fripside, is also an accomplished voice actress in her own right, voicing Eri from Love Life and more. Horosho! Moving away from music for a while, Watanabe Shinichiro is an anime director that even non-anime fans might have heard of. That's right, the genius behind anime like Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo. It was an honor to have met him in person. He also co-directed the Macross Plus movie, one of my all-time favorite anime movies. Kamiyama Kenji is a director working at Production IG. In addition to his amazing work on Ghost in the Shell standalone complex and its sequels, he also directed Eden of the East, another one of my all-time favorite anime series. The last entry in my scrapbook is by Kuribayashi Minami, a rather prolific anime song singer who has lent her voice to the themes of Prisma Ilia, Carnival Phantasm, Infinite Stratos, My Hime, Kimi ga Nozumu Eien, School Days, and more. She also voiced several supporting characters from the above series as well. Recently, there have been an increase in the number of meet and greet sessions held at conventions, which is phenomenal, but they are extremely strict when it comes to what the guests are allowed to sign on, and usually it's either cards that are provided or CDs that you have to purchase. So this next section is comprised of what else but cards and CDs. From the Knights of Sidonia anime is Kanemoto Hisako and Arai Satomi. You might know Kanemoto Hisako as being the voice behind Ikamusume from Ikamusume, Kotura from Kotura-san, Cure Peace from Smile Precure, and Katsushia from Girls and Panzer. Arai Satomi is of course the voice behind Kuroko from Railgun, Hata from Setokai Yakuin Domo, Sayoko from Code Geass, and Eldora from Wecross. I will be Arai Satomi's fan forever, and it's not just because I love her amazing performances and comedic roles. Why is that? Well, just stay to the end of the video to find out. From the anime K is Tsuda Kenjiro and Horie Yui. Tsuda Kenjiro is the voice actor of Seto Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh!, Sadaharu from Prince of Tennis, and Reggie from the recent Kamen Rider Gaim series. Really wanted him to sign my Blue Eyes White Dragon card, but it was a no-go. Horie Yui has lent a voice to fan favorites like Ayu from Canon, Tsubasa from Bakemonogatari, Manami from Miyabi Straight, and Makie from Negima. One of my favorite signatures in my entire collection, it's Kawasumi Ayako. A veteran of the voice acting industry, she's the voice behind the gallant Saber from the Fate series, Matsuri from Ichigo Marshmallow, Ono from Genshiken, and Sakurano from Sky Girls. If finding out that she voiced all of those characters doesn't convince you of her vocal range and acting talent, I don't know what will. The last postcard I received is from Lisa, singer of the theme songs of Fate Zero, Sword Art Online, Nisekoi, and more. Beautiful songs that add a touch of class to those great series. Moving on to CDs, we first begin with Nakagawa Shoko, aka Shokotan, most famous for licking cats and wearing cicada shells on her head. Well, she's also a multi-talented singer, voice actress, and illustrator. The opening theme of Gurren Lagann Sora Iro Days possibly being her most famous song. The CD that she signed on is her debut single. As a huge Code Geass fan, I thank the awesome band Flow for providing the series with such memorable opening themes, Color and World End. This is Flow's Anime Best album, their third album, and contains all of the songs that were used as anime opening themes. In addition to the Code Geass themes, we also have songs for Naruto, Eureka 7, Persona, Hero Man, and more. Nowadays, most voice actresses are also expected to have a singing career, and these next 4 CDs by 4 prolific voice actresses were received at last year's AFA. Coincidentally enough, all of them have played a role in Yuri Yuri. We start off with Taketatsu Ayana, who voices fan favorites like Kirino from Oreimo, Azusa from K-On!, Suguha from Sword Art Online, and Mirakurun from Yuri Yuri. Mikami Shiori has played supporting roles in many anime. However, the role that she is best known for is undeniably as the adorable Akarin from Yuri Yuri. Uchida Maaya, a veteran voice actress, played Yusa from Charlotte, Rika from Chunibyo, Ria from Sankaria, and Mari from Yuri Yuri. In addition to playing Umi from Love Live and Sherlock from Milky Holmes, Mimori Suzuko was also cast as Sora in Digimon Adventure Tri. The character that she voiced in Yuru Yuri is Himawari. This final CD was signed by up-and-coming talents Michi, who sang the theme songs of Rokka no Yusha and Dagashikashi, Hanamori Yumiri, who was cast as main characters of Etotama and Rolling Girls, and Endo Yurika, who sang theme songs for Dansai Bunri no Crime Edge and Sakura Trick. And now, I've saved the best for last. As mentioned, they are usually very strict with regard to what the guests can sign on. However, I was fortunate enough to have received the signatures of 3 aforementioned people on something other than a piece of paper or a CD. First up, it's none other than Watanabe Shinichiro, co-director of the Macross Plus movie. I had him sign my Macross Plus movie edition book. This is an excellent book that gives you all the information you'd ever want about the movie, now adorned with a legend's autograph. Next up, we have Mikimoto Haruhiko, once again a legend and once again Macross. I was absolutely thrilled when he was invited to my university to give a presentation on character designing. Seizing the opportunity, I brought along as many Macross books as I could carry. I might have been monopolizing him a little bit too much, but he was gracious enough to sign everything that I asked him to. We first have the Macross DYRL, this is Animation Special. Macross 7, this is Animation Special. And of course, the quintessential Macross Gold Book. And my personal favourite, a framed Milane Cell and Sketch. Last but not least, to end of this video, remember when I said that I'd always be a fan of Satomi Arai? Yep, despite the strict regulations, she was willing to sign my Judgment armband and even recited Kuroko's signature phrase when presenting it to me. And as if that wasn't enough, she even wrote down the signature phrase under her name. How awesome is that? This is the centerpiece of my Railgun collection, and this is why I will always be her fan. And that brings us to the end of the tour of my autograph collection. I think it is appropriate to end off by saying a huge thank you to all of the phenomenal people I mentioned in this video who have contributed to my collection and have made my life as an anime fan just that much brighter. However, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, hopefully it was I who brightened up the days of these wonderful people. On that note, this is Zach saying, see you guys in the next episode.